Good morning, my lovely, or good afternoon, or good day. How you doing? I hope everybody is doing okay, having a wonderful week. Okay, today we're gonna do a beaded stitch along, and at the same time we'll be reviewing some elements of the previous tutorial. Okay, for those of you who have some doubts about the stitching and how to thread the thread, but we're not gonna do that right now. Okay, so I have my beads already organized, right? And some of them came out a little bit, but I know already which color they belong to. So we gonna start it. I'm gonna position the camera so you guys can see the stitches. Okay, I'll be right back. So I hope you guys can see this very well. And remember that we said we're going to start from left to right. So I've been doing a couple of rows previously. And today we're going to start from left to right. I left it over here so I can show you the stitch again. Okay, remember to condition your thread. Pick up a nice amount between 12 and 24 inches, and you must condition the thread so it won't roll up. Okay, so on the left, and also before that, on the thread, remember to have a good amount of tail and hold it tight, because this is a very soft thread and it's gonna tend to lose while you're stitching. You won't even realize it. And so when we're doing from left to right, I remember that a trick is to put the design toward the right. Turn the fabric and put the design toward the right. Okay, and that is especially after you've done the first row. Okay, you don't do that on the first row because you are trying to stitch the bottom black line on it. Okay, so let's get started. Right, oh, I need to put in some more of these beads. Let me put some more of these beads, because we're gonna be stitching for a little while. All right, so where's my needle? Here's a thread, and I'm gonna force one to the corner. So let's see. So from left to right, you're gonna come out on the bottom left. Okay, remember, let me use this as an example. You got 4 dots. Okay, these doesn't have holes on it. You're gonna make the hole with a needle. You got 4 dots, right? And if you notice, this square, the 2 dots is gonna be for this square and this square. Okay, so they're kind of overlap, these 2 dots. So you're gonna come out from the bottom left and go in on the top right. Then you're gonna come out on the bottom left of this one, pick up a bead and go into the top right. Come on from the bottom left and pick up a bead and go to the top right. Okay, and I already, let me see if okay, I already came out from the bottom left. Okay, and on the line, on the black line, you, as you can see, let me see if it will, I'm just trying to make you see. You see, the thread is coming out in the black line, inside the black line. Okay, so don't do it outside, because then you're gonna have this curvature. Do it from the inside. Okay, That's for the both sides of it. You're coming out of there, okay? So let's start stitching. I'm gonna repeat the stitch quite a few times. Then I'm gonna shut the hell up. I mean, shut the hole up, and then we're going to the stitch, okay? So I'm picking up my first bead. I'm coming from the bottom left, and I have to go to the top right, okay? But because since I'm using the extra stitch, what is called the extra stitch, when I go to the top right, I insert my needle, and then I'm coming out on the bottom left of the next square, which is this one, okay? Here it is. Oops. Let's see. Oh, come on. Okay, maybe you need this. Again, when I pick up the bead, I have to go in through this one, but because I'm using the extra stitch, I'm gonna come out of this one at the same time. So I insert my needle in the dot, inside the dot, and come out. Let me, sometimes because I'm doing this on camera, and it's not helping. Again, I'm coming in, and I'm gonna come out right out of this dot, okay? I can, hold the bead with my thumb, with the nail on my thumb, right? I'm just trying to do this through the camera so I don't move too far. But I can barely see. Okay, here we go. It's coming out. Okay. And then you pull, make sure you will not tangle. Okay, this is great now. Okay guys, I ended up cutting the thread. This type of knot is no good. It won't untangle. It won't untangle, and it will break your thread. And it seems because it has been days, either the wax came off or something, because usually it doesn't make no. So I had to cut out that piece of thread, but I put it separately because all I need is to cut out the knot. And since someone asked me about threading the needle, this is not gonna help. This fray at the top. That thing. So you need to cut it a little bit. Again, you gotta make it like this. So what I do is I put it between the index and the thumb, right? Sorry about that, but my index finger is dry. And then I kind of, let me see if I can do this in camera, because I usually do it close to my body. Okay, and kind of aim the hole to the, let me see. Kind of aim the hole to the thread. Nope. And the thread just frayed again. And you cannot try to put it inside because it's gonna split. And you don't want that. Let me try it again. All right, you put it like this between your finger and you aim the hole toward the thread, okay? You cannot use a threader because the hole is too small and it has to be that way so the beads will fit inside, okay? Finally, bingo. We got it. Oh, God. I had to put my Stormtrooper hat. So here it is. Okay. And I'm forgetting something, and it's called my gladiator. I was forgetting that. I was feeling kind of naked. Okay, here we go again. I think I had to change lens. Sorry, guys. So I'll be able to see. Okay. We have less thread, but you know, because the knot won't come through the cloth and you don't want to risk to make a big hole or whatever, okay? So I ended up taking the bead out and cutting the thread. So again, let's go back again. Coming out of the left and going to the right. But to use the faster technique, you go in, side the hole, the dot, I'm sorry, because there is no hole, and then you're gonna come out. You can push the bead a little bit if you want to. You're gonna come out inside the other dot along with the bead, right there, and then just pull. Right, but don't pull so hard like I just said. And make sure that the bead is straight. You see, you ended up on the top bottom left of the next square, because like I told you, like I showed you previously, the dots overlaps. They're shared by two squares. Okay, the dots are shared by a square. So we're gonna pick up another bead of this color, which is the color that it's supposed to be, right? And go to the top right and come out on the bottom left of the next square, which is this dot. Okay. Now I gotta pick up an 8. Okay, because that's the next color, number 8. So again, coming out from the bottom left, going to the top right of that square, and then we want to come out through that dot, because that dot is the bottom left of this square. So here we go again. Make sure you don't tangle your thread with the needle. right? And make sure your bead is straight, you know, not straight looking up and down, but I'm talking about looking at the position it should be, okay? So let's keep on beading. Again, now I'm coming out of the left bottom dot and I'm going in on the top right dot, right? And coming through here. You see? You understand, capiche? So I'm gonna keep on beading on silence. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm gonna pull a little back the camera because I need like a space to move my hands. And when we get to the end, I'm gonna show you how to turn around, okay? So I'm gonna move you up a little bit. I mean, zoom you out a little bit, and you can keep on watching, right? I'm gonna put the beads closer to me, making sure that my tail of the thread is well hold. Okay, now we're going to number 10. Oops. Number 9. I'm gonna, okay. So you guys can see and I can see because I need to see. And make sure it's on that dot, not all the way to the back, not in the center. So tell me, it got you interested on this? This is beautiful. This is fine work. I was gonna shut up, but I can't. Oh God, I'm gonna tell you a story, a little story. My mom took me to a doctor when I was a little kid. I think I was about 6, 7 years old. And you know, that's an age that sometimes the kids start asking why this and why that. But she took me to the doctor because I won't talk. So I don't know, the doctor must have done some psychological evaluation or something, because the doctor told her, wait until she's 15 years old, she's going to talk through her elbows. And now I cannot shut up. God. That is why he is so hard for me on this stitch along don't talk. Even if it's something as silly, you know. Okay, once you have like, you know, any amount of beads on your thread, on your fabric, if you want to, you can hold it. Hold on. You just hold it and pull the thread, giving a little tug of love, not too much, so it won't get wrinkled, okay? Okay, guys. We are at the end. Let me accommodate the camera because it's getting a little too close and personal. Okay, we are at the end of the row. We came from left to right, right? I'm gonna leave it a little tug. Okay, but also my thread, my tail is running, so pretty soon we're gonna be changing threads. So we are at the end of the row. So now we're gonna do this row coming from right to left. But remember, over here we started at the bottom left and come in at the top right. Over here is gonna be the opposite. We're gonna come out at the top right and get in at the bottom left. Okay, so we pick up the last bead, right? Let me grab one that is okay. We pick up the right bead, right? I mean the correct one according to the color. And we're gonna go, hold on, this tail is, yeah. And also we have neuropathy, we have to do our thing our own way. So that's what I'm teaching you, some tips and tricks. Okay, so we're gonna, on this one, you're coming out from the bottom left, right? And then you gotta go to the top right, and you gotta go into the black line, okay? So you kind of eyeball it with the dot that is besides, right? So you're gonna come out of here. If you want to, you can do it this way, so it'll be easier for you instead of using the extra stitch method. And then you're gonna come out on the top right, on the line, inside the line. You're gonna eyeball it. Yeah, that's about right. You're gonna eyeball it along with this, right? And then you pick up the bead. And then you're gonna go to the bottom left. Okay, inside the bottom left dot. Because now on this one, going back to this little diagram from the fabric. Now this is the top right. You're gonna come up from here and go inside here, from right to left. Okay, come up here, go inside here, which is practically between the beads. So you're gonna go inside, and then you can turn the fabric. This time, the stamp fabric, your design is gonna be toward your left, and you can easily, you know, hold the fabric this way, because you're gonna wash it anyway. I suggest you wash it. Let me see. You came out to the right. This thread is becoming unmanageable, so we're gonna be closing. We do this bead and another bead and we close it. So we're gonna come inside here, right? But because you're coming out on the top right again, you just do like this. On the top right of this square, okay? The top right of this square. Remember, now you come in from the top right and going to the bottom left. Top right, bottom left. Top right, bottom left. Top right, bottom left. So when you turn around and start from right to left. So here it is. We're gonna do a couple more. This one, and in the other one, we're gonna tie this bead, the bead. Okay, coming from the top right, Here's the bottom left. Okay. Top right and bottom left. And now, well, let me do another bit. Let me pick up another bit. Let's do this one. Okay. And now, when you need to change the thread because your thread is almost ended or is unmanageable, like this one that is kind of wants to become loose from the needle, right? Let me take a drink. When you are going to finish the thread, right, your thread is finishing, what you're going to do is coming out from the top right, right? You're going to go into the bottom left, right? But you're not going to come out on this top right. You're going to go back out where the thread is coming from. Okay, you're going to back out where it's coming from, on the same place that the bead is coming from. You're gonna pull up. You're gonna do this little thing to try to make a knot like in the regular stamp cross stitch, right? Then you're gonna pass the needle through the bead and go inside that dot where you put it on the first place. You see that thread is coming out like crazy. Wants to come out, and I don't want that. Okay, so you're gonna pass through the bead, you're gonna pull it, right? And then you're gonna come out again. You're gonna come out again from that top bead, the top left, right? You see how the thread is coming out? It's trying to come out of the needle. So I need to close this one. And then go back in again. I do it twice, okay? And then come back into that dot inside where it's supposed to be. And pull, tight but not too tight. And then you make a knot on the back. I made a double knot, and you can pass it through it. You can pass the thread underneath the other thread and snip it. Take the needle out, snip it, and if you can see, look how neat it's coming out. Okay, here we can snip a little bit, and in here. Okay, so I'm gonna put some thread. I'm gonna condition it in. I already showed you twice in the video tutorial, which I'm gonna put up at the end of the card. And coming back with a threaded needle, and now we're gonna put a new bead in. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I got my thread in the needle. I already waxed it, and I have a good amount of tail, so it won't come off. Where's my gladiator? Right here. And then we ended up over here, right? We secure that bead. Now we gotta start again with a new bead, but we're coming from right to left. So we gotta come, oh, I forgot to make the knot. Let me make the knot. because we gotta make the knot, right? Let's make the knot together here, since we are here. I do this. And then usually that knot is too small. I like to, even though the small knot before won't come on through, but that knot was in the middle of the thread. So you don't want to push that thread too hard, not because the thread is going to break, because you don't want to damage the fabric. You'll never know how this fabric is going to react to a push like that with a knot, and I don't dare to try. I don't want to damage none of my beaded projects. Okay, so you got the knot, right? And we are going to put the next bead. So as I was explaining, right? Come on, this fabric today is relentless. Anyway, it's pissing me off. Let's put it that way. Okay, so this is the last bead that we put in. So we're coming from right to left, and remember, from right to left, you come out on the top right of the dot and come in on the bottom left. So to pick up the bead, you gotta first to come out on the top right. So let's try to do this in a way that you can see it, right? And remember, you just have to come out. Nope, not right there. Not right there. Right about there. You see, it's inside the black dot. Right there. That's how you have to come out. You pull your thread. You pick up your bead. Right? And then you're going to go to the bottom left. Right? But you don't want to leave it there. You want to also make this bead to hold on, to secure it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up again from the top right. Right? You're going to come up again from there, from the top right. Go back out, pull all your thread, go through the bead, inside the bead this time, and coming down. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time because I like to do it twice. I like to secure the bead. Okay. So here come again. And coming out from where the bead is coming out, where we put the needle the first time. Go through the bead, inside the bead for the second time, and come on down. But because I like to use the quick stitch, so when I come down on the left side, I'm gonna come up on this right dot, okay? Remember, you cannot skip a dot. You cannot come over here. You got to do the next dot that doesn't have a bead on it. Okay? So I kind of eyeball it inside there, inside the black dot, and come up here. Okay? And pick up a bead of the appropriate color, whichever stage you are on this design on the lily or any of the other design. Although I do recommend, this is something that I forgot to tell you at the beginning, I strongly recommend that if you're a newbie to this, use this. You see how light this pattern? It becomes a little darker over here, but by the time you get here, you are used to it. Okay? I'm going to give it a little talk because it's at the beginning. Right? Now I got to do number 1. Again, I'm coming out from the top right. And because remember, you're thinking about this, but you're positioning like this, so it will be easier for you. This is the top right and then bottom left. And coming out again from the top right. Because you may be confused about the position of the fabric. The reason that I put it this way is because you'll be able to see the dot inside where you have to put the needle through better. But when I'm talking about top right or top left, it's on this type of position. Okay? So I'm just using this as a reference so it will be easier for you. Okay, again, top right, bottom left, between the beads on inside that black dot. Oh, come on. Between the beads inside that black dot. We're going to insert the needle and come back up on the next one. Okay. Make sure sorry about the noises on the street. Again, top left, going inside here. This is what I'm talking about, this inside between the bead. You're gonna go through that dot, making sure you don't puncture the other thread though. That's something I forgot. When you come in and come out of any particular hole, right, left, or coming from left to right or right to left, you have to be careful you don't puncture your thread. The thread that is already in place. You want to make sure about that. Okay. Okay, we're back. So let's keep on stitching. Again, coming out on the top right, bottom left, in between the beads. Okay, and remember, this is a position for convenience of you if you like to make that extra stitch. You coming from right to left, your fabric print is gonna be on the left side. But when I'm talking about top right and bottom left is in terms of this position. Okay? I hope you understand what I meant. So I'm going to be stitching now all the way to the end, and then I teach you how to turn around to go from left to right. Because one thing you have to remember, all the beads gotta be looking on the same way, okay? You notice that all the beads are looking diagonally in the same direction. Don't worry about that. The bead has to be exactly perfectly in top of the other one. The beads are gonna accommodate themselves as long as you keep on doing rows, okay? Let me give you a perfect example. Let me zoom you out. The perfect example I'm talking about is this. The flaming flower, which I'm gonna try to finish it this week for a post review next week. Take a look at this. You see how nicely and neat the beads are accommodated? But look at that texture, look at that dimension and how neat it looks. This is beautiful. I'm crazy about this craft. Honestly, I am crazy about this craft. Because you can even make a pillow with this. I mean, you cut this up and put it on another fabric, nice fabric, color, background color, and then make a pillow or a nice pillow, or I don't know, even make a quilt. I'm putting them in a frame. So this is neat. This is very neat. I love this one. So that's what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm telling you. Don't worry about it. As long as the beads are looking on the same direction, you know, it's not that one is looking this way, right? And then the other one is looking this way. That is a big no-no. Okay. Let me accommodate in a way that I'm not hitting you or hitting the camera all the time or the light, but that I can see. Okay, so you are with your fabric print on the left because you're coming from right to left. We are in the last bead. Remember, and we're gonna start left to right, which is the opposite. You come out from the bottom left and you're going on the top right. In this case, when you're gonna put the bead, you're gonna try to eyeball over here with the dots, right? And you're going to put the bead inside. Because remember, you're coming from the right top and going to the bottom left. Okay? You got to keep on the same rhythm when you're coming from one of the sides. So you're going to come in through here, right? And then, okay, you're gonna eyeball this one, this dot with the black line. Okay, let's see. Come on, focus, focus, hocus pocus. Okay, you're gonna eyeball it, and you're gonna come, you can push the bead back if you want to. And trying to make it inside the black line. Not outside, on the inside. Here it is. Okay. Here it is. And you come up. Okay. And now you're going to turn the fabric, the printed side, on the right side. Why? Because it's going to be easier for you to see the dots, the dark dots right here. Because you're going to come out from the left and going to go right in on the top again. And then you're going to come out. Okay, let's do this. Again, watch the previous video. Okay. Coming out of the left, going to the right, and you're gonna come out through that black. Oops, sorry about that. And you're gonna come out of that black dot. Okay, right, oops. Again, let me do this again. Okay, coming out of the left, going through the right, and using the famous stitch that we use in stamp cross stitch. And this keeps on screwing the focus. Okay, here's the needle with the bead. Okay, coming out from the left, going to the right, but at the same time coming out on the next left. Remember to hit the black dot to insert it and coming out on a black dot. You can fold your fabric so it won't bother you. Your thread won't get tangled in there, okay? Again, coming out of the black dot. Okay, guys. Nope. Your thread and your needle should be on your side, this way, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here, guys. We we're working, we're going along fine. It's taking form and shape. Okay, we already started a little bit of the flower over here and over here. So maybe the next time I'm on my halfway off, although I'm gonna finish the flaming flower and do the post review of that one. So thank you for watching. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Remember to hug and kiss your fur baby from Mickey and I. And until the next time, much love and peace to you, all of you.